Better than expected report today on American jobs growth. So we start this hour by going by the numbers. So we look at the first number up here, 272,000 jobs added last month. That's more than the 190,000 that was predicted in the average economist estimate. It's also better than the 165,000 that were added in the month of April. The other thing we look at a lot of times here is wage growth. Now, hourly wages did go up, just 0.4%, as you see there. You look at that number, though, from where we were last year. The year-over-year wage growth is 4.1%. All right, where are the jobs? Let's look at by sector here. Healthcare has really been leading the way and did it this month with a 68,000 job gain there. The healthcare sector was the best of the bunch. Government jobs, though, continue on this trend, adding 43,000 last month. We've seen this for about a year, maybe 50,000 or so government jobs on an average monthly basis. Leisure and hospitality up by 42,000. Now, those big three that are behind me right now accounting for more than half of the total job gains that we saw in the big number that we started with. The other thing we did see, we'll talk about this and what it means, the unemployment rate at 4%. 4% even. It's the first time we've had 4% unemployment since January of 2022. So it did go up a little bit. Why? Well, we'll talk about it. Let's get to Michael Gapen right now. Michael's the head of U.S. economics research at Bank of America. We thank you for joining the show once again. I'll go through the job growth first, but since I ended on unemployment, I'll start with you on the explanation of whether that's good or bad news to have 4% unemployment. What does it mean?
Well, I think what we're seeing is that it's likely that the labor force is growing rapidly, and a lot of that story might be migration flows. And so I think it's a labor supply story. It's likely that the labor supply is growing faster than even this rapid pace of hiring, believe it or not. And so I'm not going to say that's a rise to 4% is good, but I think in counter, I'll say it's not necessarily bad. In other words, I don't think it's being driven by more layoffs. I think it's more about a rebound in the labor force that for the moment is outpacing labor demand, and that's causing the unemployment rate to move a little bit higher. I'm not sure that that's a recessionary sign when you really have to tell me layoffs are picking up for me to get worried about a rise in the unemployment rate.
Okay, that's why I wanted to start with that, because sometimes higher unemployment is actually not a terrible thing, and sometimes it is when it's all layoffs, is like you say, because what they do is they ask people, are you looking for work? And if you say yes, then you're in, as Michael says, the labor force, so you could be unemployed. Maybe the last month you weren't counted that way because you said you weren't looking for work, so maybe that's a good sign. That said, all these jobs that were added more than expected last month, is that a good sign? Because, you know, that also is one of two things. It says, all right, the economy maybe is not slowing down, or the job market's not slowing down as much as we thought, but it also might mean the Federal Reserve's not going to cut interest rates as soon as we thought. You think they're going to go when? Later this year?
Yeah, we're thinking December is the earliest that they go. So yes, you know, is this a good number? Yes, it's a good number for the overall U.S. economy. It says a lot about income growth for wage earners, and therefore I think should keep you comfortable that the consumer will continue to spend and the economy should be in an expansion. The potentially bad news here, and what the data has to tell us whether this is true or not, is a lot of employments and income and spending could mean inflation stays firm. So I don't think the Fed will be coming back to raise rates. But I do think this is a type of report today that says they may be later in cutting than people think, and they may cut less than people think. So yeah, we think December is the first cut, and that's generally later than what most people are thinking.
Are we overly reliant now on what we call the service sector? I know we're a services economy, but that's really been holding us up, right? And if so, can that continue? We looked at some of the sectors adding jobs. The other one that stands out, other than healthcare at the top of the list, certainly is government jobs. But what about the service economy and us being overly reliant on those service jobs?
Well, certainly the emphasis on services has been part of a multi-decade, generational shift in just the structure of the U.S. economy. So there's really, say, no going back on that. But you make a good point, which I think is related to still, even in 2024, that the economy is being affected by the coming out of the pandemic. So the services engine of growth right now is coming because of the exact sectors you mentioned, leisure and hospitality and education and health, with some of those coming in the public sector as well, at the state and local government level. Those sectors of the economy are still running below where they, quote, should be in terms of employment based on pre-pandemic trends. So there's
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.